Hello there, it's Simone. I'm so glad you're here today to join me on a little art creative roundup. I want to tell you what I did in May for my Ko-fi. The topic that I decided to go with for May was houses. That is super open, very leaves room for so much interpretation. Where I got my idea from was these scrapbooking papers right here that I found in my scrapbooking bin when I was looking for ideas. There's another one that I used to make a journal cover, but those were the things that I went with. And then I was also extremely inspired to do more collaging. I made a flower. Let me check if I can find that for you in where is it? This one right here in April. And I was so inspired to create more like that, that I decided the first art thing that the first topic would be collage houses. And the second topic, inspired especially by these, would be urban sketching or trying to draw pretty realistic, not like this, pretty realistic houses. So those were my ideas. And let me show you how I started. So for the collages, okay, let me show you the line drawings. Maybe that's a better way. I found some screenshots on Instagram, especially of houses in Amsterdam, and I really loved those. This is not something that I have drawn before, and so I thought, well, I could make some of these line drawings from Amsterdam and then contrast that with houses from another city. My parents live in Germany in a town called Görlitz, and this is an architecture guide for many of the houses that are under the whole city of Görlitz is a Weltkulturerbe. I will have to find the English translation and put it in the right here on the screen. All of these houses are protected and have to be preserved in the way that they appear. There is from the city, a place where you have to go and they tell you what color your house has to be, the size, the shape of your windows. Everything has to be as it used to be. And so there's lots of resources right there. And I thought I could just use these as inspirations for, but this is very similar to this, I just realized. I guess that's Gothic, Spätgotik. So I could use these images to make some different line drawings than the ones from Amsterdam. Urban sketching, I don't really know what to say, because I was going not to go with depth. I would just go straight in 2D like this. So my parents, I said before, my parents live in Görlitz and they live in one of these houses. And so I had this bag right here, and you will see this reappear somewhere else later on. And like really roughly sketched their house. And that brought me onto something else. But that is the line drawing pre-work that I did. And then before I went into all of those, I decided, well, you know what? I'm just going to play with all the papers and the things that I have and make some collage houses. So I made, I think, 11 different kinds. I made sure that I stayed in the same color family, or not family, but that I took these the same colors, the same papers, and had a limited palette so that they would fit together later on, because I had plans, you know. So this one I think is greatly inspired by the fact that these have these middle things right here, these divider wavy thingies. Then I just made it really simple. Last month I included a quote, and so I wanted to find one that would fit this scheme. And then when I found this one by Henri Matisse, which says, "Look at life through the eyes of a child," I knew that I needed to recreate that quote, also with collage. I put it on this card, and I think I really like how I made these letters, and I love how it turned out. I think it would be a lot more appealing if I played more with the placement and the put a little bit more attention and attention on how the words would play with each other. But that's okay. I scanned it in, and I can do that in Procreate. So the quote. The collages. I scanned all of those collages in and decided that I would go and work on those later on in Procreate. And then I went back to the line drawing of the house. And so I started. I have those in the printables. I will show them to you right here. So I started with a pencil sketch, like so. My brother went and took images for me so that I could have a really good view of the house. Then I used a marker, fine liner, to add lines. And then I went in with my watercolors to finish this. And this is the first time that I did this. And to be honest, I wasn't expecting this to look so good. I mean, yeah, there's people who can do this so much better, but for my very first one, I'm impressed by myself. So I went ahead and scanned it in, and then that was basically most of the things that I did for actual physical art, which is way too little, but I actually got sick. I'm still, you can hear it from my voice, I'm still recovering from COVID. Yes, I did get COVID. I found, because I was looking for so many houses on Instagram, of course, we know Instagram follows your, follows what you were searching for. So now all of these house Instagrams are suggested in my suggested things, and this one stood out to me. This is the Heritage Square Museum in Los Angeles. Go Google it. It is so colorful and so awesome. And so I tried to sketch this one, and I didn't attach it here because I'm thinking of maybe I want to do the same thing here just because it was so much fun. I scanned that in too, because why shouldn't my Ko-fi people be able to use this to work and further develop this sketch to something like this? So that was the art that I made. I think that's all that I wanted to say. Yes. For this, especially, it felt so much more meaningful making something that related to me than just something, you know, like this. I'm interested in finishing this, but I'm not as passionate about finishing it as I was this. I actually scanned this in and made stickers. I actually ordered some because my parents are coming to visit. I think when you see this, they're almost here. And I am going to gift them this in a frame with the stickers. This down here is a fabric store that my parents run, and I hope that they will be able to give the stickers to their customers. I would really think that would be fun. So then I went through and checked for more things that I could scan in and share with the people from Ko-fi, right? Okay, sorry for the rumbling and blah. I found several things. So I found this. This is a tutorial that I followed by James Luke Burke, and I will link that up here in the cards. Go ahead, and I have a video that I shared where I made this, and he has a video where he shows you how he does this. I will link both in the description box below as well. But I thought, even if you don't want to do this, this is cool to put on the bottom of one of your journals or something. Then I edited the, where are we? These houses, some more, because I thought it would look like this doesn't really stand out much, but with the right lineage around and tracing it, I did that in Procreate because I really want to get more experience with that. I really love how these turned out. So those are those. Then this is something that I made when I was at uni, and I took a class where we had to sketch this. This is when you use the S-Bahn in Berlin and you get in at Ostbahnhof. These are the stops, not all of them, but some of the stops that you find along the way. And there is some sceneries that you would recognize looking out the window. So I put that in two different sizes. And then this is not the final product because I decided to resize this for a smaller size, and then I was able to add a little bit more of the things that I scanned in from old magazines and books. Here's the quote. I think I have that in a bigger size as well. Right here. Yeah, I can talk about it there. Just if you wanted to put this in your journal in a smaller one, you can use this one, and then bigger, you could use this. Then this is the Heritage Square Museum sketch that people could continue and finish off. Here are more of the houses that I made. This is from an old sheet music. And then, thanks to a video by Pocket Journal Pam, I will have to link that in the description box down below. She shared how she made her dates for her printables. I was able to do the same thing, and that was my intention when I started out making those, that maybe I can make enough houses so I could make a colorful date sheet. And yeah, that I was able to do this, I feel really accomplished, to be completely honest. And I hope that all the people that are subscribed to my Ko-fi, there is a digital tier, so you can get only the printable and not the physical Happy Mail. If you, again, I will leave the link. You can subscribe there. For the first weekend in June, you will get the May, and if you subscribe during that time, you will get May and June sent to you. Then, so I have the dates. Then I have, this is the first one. There's a total of 5 printables. And then I made 4 journaling cards. So I have this one. This is Berlin Loves You. Today. And then a graph paper here in the background of those. This is not, no lines, no nothing. And then this is the quote one more time in 3x4. And I traced all the letters again in not contrasting, but in a deeper tone of the same color family. And I really like how this turned out. And here in Procreate, I was able to cut out the insides of the letters. And yeah, I have to say that I am absolutely enjoying this. I want to do more of this kind of collaging. So look forward to more collages from your favorite artist on YouTube. Well, your favorite developing artist on YouTube. So that's the digital printable that all the people, the virtual digital companions, I don't really know what I called them, on Ko-fi, as well as the regular companions will receive. And then let me show you what the 10 companions that I have on Ko-fi will receive in their Happy Mail. I will talk a bit about how I made each item as well. So I still haven't labeled them. The personal note is still missing, but the Happy Mail experience I can show you on camera right now. So let me put all of the other 10s right here. So it comes in this brown envelope, and I took down the opacity of 2 of the houses, made 2 different address labels, and I will glue those on right here, and then the address of the person who will receive this letter will go in here, which I personally think is a really fabulous idea. I have 2 different versions for that. And then I have the May life update, which I will flash at you really quickly. This is what it looks like. That is exclusive to all of the Ko-fi companions. And then I have 2 little things inside. This is what I collected from my stash, book pieces, things that I have too much of. And then this is what I made myself. There is the house again. So I think I have one that, well, I'll just open this one, it's fine. So let me show you what is random assorted pieces are in each of the Happy Mail pieces that I collected. There is a snippet of this beautiful, I think this is from Lady F on Instagram, washi tape. Then of these houses that I took the inspiration from. So I have 3 of those. This is part of an old calendar that I was gifted. These are sketches from Görlitz, actually. And then this is part of that paper. And then one of the calendar papers of the Liz Climo calendar that my family and I are looking at every day, and it's just too cute to throw away, so I thought, why not? And then I had a sticker sheet with houses from Sticky Club that I have never used, and so I decided it's time to let that go and give it to someone who might be able to use it more freely than I have ever been, I guess. I decorated this envelope with different stamps from my stash. This is a stamp set from Feed Your Craft. Unfortunately, this company does not exist anymore. And I received this in 2017, I assume, and never used it until I stamped this. So I used dark orange with these triangles, just stamped them here. Then I used this grid right here with a really, really light yellow. And then I used these stamps from Ellie Studio. And I'm not sure if this is supposed to be an arrow. Wow, you can't really see it right here. Come on, focus. Or a house, but I used it as a little house right here. So it works both ways, I think. And I really like that house with the heart inside. So I used that on the outside. And then I used these washi rolls from BGM to seal the envelope. And then there are some things that I made for everyone. Okay, so let me start with the sticker of the house. So you made a cut file from this, print and cut it on sticker paper on my silhouette. Then I used a stamp and created a frame, Instax frame basically. Then I stamped with waterproof ink, and then I just created a dramatic sky, some ground right here, and then I stamped the As We Grow, that is part of this stamp set, on some brown paperback paper and glued it on here. And then I used a pen to line the frame. And I included 2 more frames for my companions so that they would be able to make something like that themselves, because I want to inspire them to be more creative. And I thought, why not? So I made this, and I really love this. And the size of the frame I just stamped the image, and then I measured what would be a really nice proportion for this. I think that is actually the outside of the wooden block. So the inside is 3.7 centimeters by 4.2 centimeters, and the outside is 4.5 centimeters by 6.4. And then I just created 2 rectangles in Silhouette Studio and cut those out, but you can just use a ruler and scissors, and then you can achieve the exact same effect. Then this is bonus, so I will talk about this last. Then I stamped this. Is a stamp set by Brandy Kincaid and Feed Your Craft. So I have this house. I created some background with gold spray from Heidi Swap right here. I added this last. And then also these pluses, and then some other texture stamps that I have. You could use bubble wrap or any other things that you could think of. You could use like paper and bunch it up and use that to create these kinds of textures. And so I just used the insides of these frames and made this. So there's that. Then I used scrapbooking paper with a really, really fine imprint or texture in the background, and then stamped this frame and this city scene, as well as this texture at the bottom right here. Where's the stamp set? And this is again from Feed Your Craft, and this time it's from In a Creative Bubble. So I used this, and this to create this little stamped embellishment. And then I stamped that house that I put on the outside in a really bright red. I just used a punch to make it a circle, but I also think it would look really great if it was just cut out with scissors. But I already cut so much that I decided that if my companions wanted to use that with in a different shape, I bet they have scissors that they can use. And then this is a trial and error thing. I needed a YouTube play button, and I decided that if I already made it and scanned it in, I could try and make a cut file from it, and it worked. The only thing that doesn't work for me, or that I haven't figured out yet, is settings, so that I just cut through the top layer. So it cut both, not just the sticky part, but also the backing paper. And since I decided that this is not part of the house theme, I just wanted to see if I could do it, but I don't want to throw these away. I used some tape and put it all back together so that they can use it as well. I do have some companion and subscribers and supporter only content on Ko-fi, like a weekly YouTube roundup. And that's what I thought with these stickers would be really cool for, to mark that amazing occasion. I am learning right now so much by watching YouTube videos. And so I thought every weekend I could share the YouTube videos that I watched and what I like, give a really, really brief summary on why I enjoyed that specific content. So that's what this YouTube play button is for. And I hope my Ko-fi companions will be able to use that for it. I think this is all I have to share. I really enjoyed working on this theme. I'm so extremely grateful for every single one of you who is supporting me over on Ko-fi. That is just so amazing. I am so inspired. You are my accountability partners throughout this whole arty journey that I am on. If it weren't for you, I probably wouldn't be making so much art, and I am so immensely grateful for that. I hope you see that every time you receive a mail from me. I put a lot of heart and thought into these, and I hope you enjoy them and make something great with all the things that I include. And the most important thing that I would love for you to do is use it all up and enjoy it while you do that. So thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you soon. Happy June. June's theme is going to be all about the creative endeavors, sketching, watercoloring, drawing. I have lots of ideas. I'm going to work on that currently because my parents are going to be here really soon, so I want to get a head start. If you want in for the printable, don't forget that you can sign up anytime over on Ko-fi. If you just want to see what I'm doing there, head on over and follow me. There's no monetary obligation. I would love to see you there. Happy creating. See you soon. Until then, bye.